Lures fans, you see it. They made the trip to Northwestern. Our cameras did too. We're talking backside of Kokomo. Quite a long drive. Now, the big question for the Knights, do they have enough to make a trip to Lucas Oil Stadium? Yeah, 11 state championships for Lures, all coming in 2A. The quest for that first ever 3A state title beginning tonight, and this is how it begins. You know, I'm not sure how much tape Northwestern has watched on Bishop Lures. This is one thing you don't do. Opening kickoff, they kick it to Austin Meck, and the future Buckeye returns it all the way for the touchdown, and they start the playoffs with a touchdown 13 seconds in, 7-0. Bishop Lures, maybe. Hey, maybe that's an omen. Jack Johnston in at quarterback now. Jalen Charlton takes the handoff from Johnson. He gets all the way down to the 1-yard line on a 55-yard touchdown, and if you like offense, you'd see a lot of it. The next play, Austin Mack takes it in for the easy score, and folks, this is not a typo. Bishop Lures scores 82 points. Lures wins 82-52. I'm told the school record is 93, but 82 is pretty darn good. Lures will host Yorktown next week as Yorktown upset previously 8-1 Peru tonight. Other half of that 3A bracket, we're talking Belmont at McConaughey. The Braves coming off their first conference title since 1978, and they were looking good. Second quarter, quarterback Grant Gutierrez with the keeper for Belmont, and right there, it's a 36-zip Belmont lead at the break. Third quarter, Caleb Hankinson, he's been doing it every Friday night for the Braves this season. He goes in for the touchdown, and Belmont goes on to win by a final of 57-0. They are going to be a juggernaut in the postseason. As for who Belmont gets next week, it's either Norwell or Concordia. First quarter action, Daniel Sparks over the middle to Colton Grahovac, and this kid has emerged this season as a major weapon for the Cadets. 7-0, Concordia out in the lead. Now 9-0 in the second quarter after a safety. You got Mr. Sparks looking and finding Andrew Bordner. Sparks 12 of 17 for 201 yards and 4 touchdowns at 16-0 Concordia at that point, and Sparks wasn't done. You're going to see him hook up with the big guy. We're talking 6'7" senior Paxton Bergdahl. It's a touchdown for Concordia, and the Cadets go on to win 51-0. So next week, you got Concordia traveling to Belmont. Should be a great game in 3A. 3A Sectional 26, Lakeland at Heritage. Patriots' only losses this season were against New Haven, Adams Central, Woodland. No shame in that. We picked this one up in the first. Eric Mellinger with a 68-yard strike to Austin Evans. He gets down to the Heritage 2. They would score 2 plays later, and Lakeland had a 7-0 lead. Now 14-0 Lakeland. It's Walter Kanapke for Heritage. 31-yard connection with Silas Finley. That goes for a touchdown, now a 14-7 game. And then it's Justin Hart, the senior. He's been doing it for the last couple of seasons for these Patriots. Breaks off a 40-yard touchdown run that ties it at 14, but it's Lakeland over Heritage 42-35. Lakeland will face Culver Academy next week. They beat Fairfield tonight. Other half of the sectional 26 bracket, you got Garrett against West Noble. The Railroaders, really no problem in that one, 43-14. Tippecanoe Valley, big problem with Jimtown, though, 53-0. So it's 7-3 Jimtown at 8-2 Garrett next week. That should be one heck of a matchup. And moving on to 2A, Woodland. We're going to make a run in the 2A state tournament. Undefeated Warriors at Central Noble. And Woodland wasting no time getting started. First possession, Justin Durkis. Quick slant to Trayvon McCarter. And this kid is going to be one heck of an athlete when it's all said and done. That's a touchdown from 40 yards out. Woodland up 7-0, less than 3 minutes in. Cougars D trying to keep things close. The fumble by Woodland. Jacob McDonald recovers for Central Noble, but the ensuing drive would stall. Second quarter, 3rd and 16. Woodland goes to the workhorse, but they do it in the air. Mitchell Van Brockland takes in the pass 20 yards for the touchdown. Van Brockland 14 carries for 158 yards and 2 touchdowns on the ground as well, as Woodland rolls 42-7 over Central Noble. So who will Woodland play next week? Eastside or Bluffton? The Blazers coming off their 2nd straight NECC Small Schools Division title early in the second half. It's Eastside's Keeson Gerard running at 35 yards into the end zone for the touchdown, and it's 19-0 Eastside. Shortly thereafter, you're going to get used to this guy tonight. Keeson Gerard again with the short touchdown, 27-0 after the 2-point. Then, it's Keeson Gerard with the touchdown. 22 carries, 178 yards, 4 touchdowns for Gerard as Eastside wins 40-0. They will play at Woodland next week. A lot of great matchups next week in the second round. Other side of the 2A sectional 35 bracket, South Adams and Busco. Starfires moving up, of course, to 2A this year. A welcome sight back in Turtletown. Those fancy shoes belonging to this guy, quarterback Drew Buffenbarger, returning from his Week 1 collarbone injury. Busco fans love to see it, and this is why. Buffenbarger finds Chance Gallmeyer for a 19-yard score. Gallmeyer 4 catches, 87 yards, couple of touchdowns, 27-3 Busco at that point. And then in the fourth, it's Trey Mayer taking it in old school style for Busco. Touchdown there as Busco wins 34-3. Busco plays at Whitco next week. Hey, in 1A, these trips just too tough to make. In 1A, Southern Wells at Union City, Raiders win at 56-20. Adams Central beating Westdale 40-0. So we got 7-3 Southern Wells at 9-1 Adams Central next week. Those two played in Week 7 with Adams Central winning 21-0. Hey, we got more Highlight Zone coming up next, including the comments.
Yeah, Nation's charging up.
Play of the week is next.